All right, here we go. This one is going to be a big one. You ready?
This is going to be a tough one.
It's going to be a toughie. Welcome.
This one is rough.
Welcome to episode 7 of I Can Fix Your Movie, the 2017 Baywatch.
Baywatch.
Like the choppy waters of the tide, this film gave us a lot of splash and a lot of flash, but not. It wasn't deep like the ocean.
No.
It's
very shallow indeed.
It was shallow indeed. It was that kind of like that stuff that gets on top of the water and gets all foamy and kind of gross.
Right.
And you don't see where you're stepping on a jellyfish.
Blech.
Yeah, that's what this film was. This is, a lot of times
it was a little bit scummy.
Yeah. We try to do films that we like and had a lot of potential, but sometimes
I think we did this one because it had expectations.
Yeah.
It had big expectations that it did not meet.
It had stars. Yeah.
And I do think it had potential. I mean, I think
a long run of a TV show.
Baywatch was a very popular show. I mean, when I was growing up, Baywatch was a big show that was on. And so, telling my age a little bit there, but I think a lot of people were looking forward to what a movie would be like, and it had huge stars in it.
Right. Well, I mean, the thing is, it's like we have like films that or old shows that did work, right? Yeah. We have The Fall Guy.
The Fall Guy worked so well.
We have another one. It's called Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked.
It worked. It worked really well.
For pretty like $1 billion business.
Man.
There's a lot of films that did this kind of. Charlie's Angels ran for 3 films. There's tons of films that can work from a TV show. And
it's a good idea. It's a good concept.
It had a fan base, and it had people that would definitely want to watch.
It already had a built-in fan base, and it had scantily clad people. What more could you want in a movie?
Calling me.
Yeah, yes.
You in the front. A story. That's what I could ask for. A story.
And a cohesive one.
Not one that was kind of built on these 2 just random ideas. Folks, here's the deal. We don't try to trash films. We're not in the business of trashing films. That's not what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
But this guy felt like 2 different people in 2 different rooms wrote a script. And they said, all right, guys, you have 30 minutes to write a script. And one guy wrote a lifeguard redemption story. And another one wrote a story about drug dealers on the beach. And they went, great. Smash them together, and we've got us a movie.
Don't forget about the third writer who was like, I'll write a spoof of a 1990s soap opera. It was...
That's the third guy that put it together. That's what they did.
Yeah. We'll just glue it together with spoof content. It was crazy. It was out of control. It was wacky. And we'll get into it.
But a lot of times the thing is, whenever it's a wacky kind of... almost like a callback to the 80s kind of film, it's at least funny. It's at least interesting. It's at least like...
If that's what this was, it would have been funny. If that's what they had if that's the tone... Again, we'll get into it, but if that's the tone that they had kept...
Then it would have had a chance.
If it was like a spoof, then it would have been... If it was like an airplane or a...
Yeah, Naked Gun
movie.
Yeah.
It would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
But it was in certain points like that. Like sometimes they went so far in that direction, but then they quickly yanked us back into grounded.
It's kind of like it's like a TMZ reporter going, "No, I'm a serious journalist." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
no, I'm serious. I'm a novelist.
Honestly,
that's what I'm gonna do.
This movie was so hard to put a, to put a read on. It just it was throwing us all over the place, back and forth.
Now I feel bad that I threw TMZ under the bus, guys.
TMZ reporters, I'm sure
Please.
you work very hard getting all the dirt.
Now I feel really bad. I was like, yeah, I feel really bad with these people. All of a sudden, I just trashed them. My heart is not to trash. It's not to trash people. In this film, But man, it's going to be hard because so much of it does not make sense.
We got a lot of fixing to do.
They got a lot of fixing.
I'm
going to do my best.
We are going to do our best.
Honestly, I'm going to do my best. I think, maybe we can get to the end and go like, yeah, that would be a good fix. But unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of tear down. There's a lot of pre-construction that has to happen.
Yeah.
So
this is not just a repaint the room.
Right. This isn't just like, rehang that broken
Let's hang some
door.
photos.
Yeah, this is going to be
This is a remodel.
Bust it down to the studs and try to rework something. Yeah.
Let's go.
So let's summarize this sucker. If you were able to dodge this stinker in the film world up till now, this is the summary. It's Baywatch. Obviously, it follows an elite lifeguard, Mitch Buchanan, and his tightly run beach patrol as they recruit different people to be part of their organization. And then they recruit this Olympic swimmer, Matt Brody, which that name, I don't know how more generically bro you could get.
Was his name Matt Brody?
I thought it was.
Okay. They called him Brody the whole time. I just assumed that was his
If I messed that
name.
one up, I know it's Brody for sure.
It is Brody.
We'll just go with Brody. I thought it was Matt. in there. But anyway, it's this, he's very talented and arrogant kind of outsider. And his attitude crashes with the team's disciplined, community-first approach to lifeguarding.
Yeah.
He thinks he's all of that, right?
Yeah, right.
I'm not going to say in a bag of chips. I'm just going to say all of that. I did essentially say that, though, didn't I?
You did, but I think it works for the film
moment.
that we're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. So then there's a series of deaths, and they're like kind of wrestling against this drug-related cartel type.
There's a mystery to solve.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's constantly finding these little bags of this drug, and he's like, "Oh man, we got to figure it out." And they uncover a criminal operation that's tied to this beach club owner threatening, people's lives. And basically, they work outside their regular rescue duties, which is going to be something I'm going to talk about because it's confusing.
It's a plot point for sure.
It's a plot point that they keep throughout the whole thing, and I'm just like, why? But anyway, they overcome this lady, Leach, I think what was her name?
Leeds
or Leach?
Leeds, I think.
Yeah. And they basically uncover her as the queen of the drug running in this area.
The crime ring.
Right.
Sure.
And then in the end, there's this big spectacle of fireworks and explosions. And
they basically kill her.
They kill her.
They basically murder her.
They 100% blow her up with a Roman candle. A big Roman candle.
Right. I mean, but it's self-defense, so.
It is. I'm not saying it was wasn't justified, but it was kind of ridiculous. And they all learn about teamwork and responsibility and respect for each other, especially Brody.
Yeah, I was like, well, one guy does. Everybody else seemed to
already have that.
To have it down.
Yeah. So, what worked? I'm going to be real honest. I really struggled with finding what worked. I was writing out the part of okay, well, this is now what worked, and I just stared at that blinking cursor on my screen for a while and just went.
Again, I think.
So what I came up with was this. Well, you know what? You made a movie with The Rock and Zach. Good for you. You figured that out.
Somehow, some way.
You figured that out. So what worked was you had probably a really good producer that sold this movie.
How in the world you got those two to sign on to this movie?
I don't know.
I mean, the millions that must have been paid. I just can't even imagine. The whole time I was watching it, I was like...
I can't believe they signed on.
I can't believe they're doing this. I can't believe they're saying those lines. No. I cannot believe that these actors are wearing that dress. I was just like the whole time. I just could not even believe how low they stooped for this movie.
Sometimes you're like, you know what? It's a movie. I gotta time my schedule. I love the original TV show. That's iconic. It could be a lot of fun. We get to go do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I think sometimes when you're reading the script, it can seem funnier than, I don't know. There's something about maybe once it's shot and edited, that it just doesn't come together like you hoped it would.
So many times actors are like...
So maybe they didn't realize, like, as they were... I don't know. Maybe they thought this is, the way they're going to put this together. It's going to be hilarious.
Well, it
just didn't. It didn't come together.
Actors will often say, gosh, man, I thought that was going to be a lot bigger, or I thought that was going to be a lot better, or, when I read it, it was really interesting and funny. And then they get into the, rewrites and the recuts and the editing, and it kind of just falls apart, And it could have been the script. It could have been the edit, because even in the...
it was... A lot of it was the script.
Well, yeah, but like...
I'm just going to say that right now.
Think about the bloopers that they showed at the end.
Yeah.
Right? There were scenes in that were not in the movie.
Were not.
Nope. And that happens. Of course it happens. But, it's probably a little bit of A, a little bit of B. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just...
Or a lot of A. A little bit of B.
The editors probably got this film and were like, what do we do with this? What do we even do with this? How do we... Okay, let's give it our best shot.
Yeah.
Let's add a lot of music.
Yeah. Well, what's your hot take misstep? Where you got for that?
Well, I mean, there could be many. But yeah, I'm going to go with, it's like every song you can think of. Yeah. Every rap song, song that has the F word in it. I mean, like everything, every jump into the sea, almost every cut like had a new song. Yeah. Like
it was it was very much a music video.
Every character that was introduced had a new song.
It's their theme. It's like Darth Vader's.
Yeah, they all had.
Mitch has a theme.
Goodness. So, just cutting to so many so many songs. It was kind of insane. So that was my hot take. It bothered me a little bit.
I get that.
I feel like they were trying to make up for the fact they didn't have a lot of story. So they just like
made it a music video.
Yeah, they just added in a lot of music.
Well, I got a lot of hot take missteps here. First of all, the tone of this film was just weird. It was just weird. It was like, we're silly, but also at the same time, we're grounded and serious. And also at the same time, we're going to reference these silly, ridiculous things. And over and over, I wish they'd picked a tone.
Yeah.
Also, the characters kind of just don't make sense. They start off as being grounded, then they turn into cartoon characters, and then they're silly, and they're like goofy, and they're like wacky.
Yeah.
It's like, is Brody a high roller or a washout? Is he like high society, big dog, or is he total trash? What's going on? Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was definitely whiplash. They're
constant.
I think I even asked you. I was like, wait, are they making fun of themselves?
Right.
Or
well, that's my issue number one for sure. When we actually get into the thing, past the missteps here. But like the last one here, I've got, how is Baywatch this elite job? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. You've got this job, and once a year, we have auditions for said job, and
tryouts.
Yeah, tryouts for this position. And here's the deal. Number one, like, I guess I don't understand it. Like, do they get rid of a person every year?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I think they lose people, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, the issue is, don't you hire somebody whenever someone leaves? Anyway. I just don't understand.
That would be like normal.
Like, no,
We're just gonna.
we lost 2 people on the beach. We've got our one event that we're
gonna be shorthanded. We're just gonna have to be shorthanded, guys, until.
That's how we do it.
Until July 1st rolls around.
And that's how we do it, guys. But why? Because it's how we do it.
We gotta try them all out on our ropes course.
Oh God!
Once a year.
So, like, is it this elite thing? Is it not? Is it like what have they done that's supposed to like give them this aura? Right?
Yeah.
I don't
They saved
get
lives, babe.
Yeah, I get, but like, what's special about Baywatch? What's special about this group that makes it the elite? Makes it like the special unit of lifeguards in the world.
It was never explained.
And we're supposed to be like, oh, okay. They just automatically, they got the rock. We're in.
Yeah, Mitch. Mitch Buchanan. Are you kidding me?
It is weird. So, anyway, that's my hot take misstep of those. All right, let's jump in. Let's just jump into the deep end and drown with this movie. Okay? Let's go.
Hopefully Mitch can save us.
Yeah. No. Problem number 1. The movie mocks its own premise, like, from the beginning. The idea that, like, oh, we're Baywatch and we run in slow motion and we have dolphins that jump up into our title sequence. What? Are you supposed to be silly? Are you supposed to be...
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The melodrama was hard to read. It was like, are we making... Again, that's why I had to ask you. I was like, I can't tell. Are they making fun of themselves? Or is this like the actual...
Right.
Like, is this actually what they're trying to be? I don't know. It was so hard to tell.
Right. From the opening scene, the film undercuts the lifeguards as almost like these jokes. It's, they're not real, they don't have any real substance to them. They're not real first responders. They're just lifeguards. Yeah. Right? And it's kind of, the movie almost seems embarrassed by its own concept.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turning the heroes into punchlines before the audiences can even invest in their characters of who they are. Like literally having those dolphins splash up in the title card. And for a movie about lifeguards, they saved somebody twice.
Right.
In the whole movie.
Right. And if that's the direction that they were going to go. Yeah. Then fully
jump in.
Then fully go that direction for the whole movie. But it was just moments.
Right. So I'm going to say this here now. Okay. Mm-hmm. Basically, this needs a whole rewrite. I don't say this often, but it needs a whole rewrite. This is a story about redemption for Brody, or is it a crime story with the drugs? Okay. Because trying to do both was it's so confusing. Yeah. Is it possible? Yeah, it is possible to do both. But you have to basically play it like it's a redemption story for Brody and almost all the movie, and you pepper some of the drug stuff in there at the end so that he can save the day and go and do the stuff. Right. But you can't make it about that the whole time and then expect it to make sense. Right. It doesn't.
Well,
we
lost Brody's arc. We lost his growth. We lost
all of it. Yeah.
All of it because they had to kind of switch from that.
Right.
To focus on the drug story. So he had to change like real fast.
And it didn't work.
So that they could then solve this mystery with him. Right. But then he didn't really grow. He just kind of was like, I'm sorry. And then he was a different guy. Right. And it was weird.
So I think you ground this movie and make it really like it's a real, a real story of, action. Yeah. Right. Not silly comedy constantly. Right. Right. And you dig into the myth of the lifeguards as these modern guardians. And you open with a genuinely intense rescue. Yeah. Not that silly little one that he did, and because it was silly.
It was very silly.
It was silly. But they're these elite, disciplined, indispensable layer and a line on the beach that like these guys save lives constantly, and
Right.
it's not a joke about how it's, you know, the comedy comes from, you know, circumstances that they're in, but what they do is really, really serious. Okay, and also you give them jurisdiction, you give them history. Like, this place has said, we have leaned on, you know, Baywatch so intensely that they're literally part of every single organization here in the city, right?
Right.
They're kind of like, you know, you got the Army and the Navy, and well, where are the Marines? Oh, they kind of have, Marines have a piece of everything, right? They have stuff in the air, they got stuff in the water, they got stuff. The Baywatch they cover all of these areas,
Right.
right? And they're respected. And that's why everybody wants to be part of these guys.
Yeah.
They're an elite force.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the way you handle them in this story. I don't think you make them as jokes and being like, you're just a lifeguard, whatever you're lifeguard.
Yeah.
That got old so fast. So fast.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the humor needs to come from the actual characters because they have a sense of humor, not because they're a joke.
And they're being mocked, right?
And this is a spoof movie,
Right.
but because they, again, you know, referring back to Fall Guy,
Right.
which is one of my favorite movies, the more recent Fall Guy with Ryan
Right.
Gosling. But anyway, it just like,
I don't think there's been more than one Fall Guy movie.
okay. Well, then I'll just call it Fall Guy from now on.
And that'll work.
We all know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But yeah, that movie was, you know, it was funny. It had a lot of funny moments.
Tons of funny jokes.
But not because it was a spoof of the show.
Yeah, the characters are grounded
that happened in the
interesting.
80s.
And you notice what they did in that film. They didn't try to take on his bounty hunting
Yeah.
storyline. They just told this one story.
He got pulled into this
thing. They didn't take that's the thing. With a series,
Right.
you can tell multiple stories and pieces of them, and then next week you kind of reset. This is a big, longer episode.
Yes, but yeah, I mean, like Fall Guy, that movie was a perfect example of what this could have been.
Right.
You know, they were serious, grounded characters in Fall Guy. This was like
very funny moments.
Yeah, this was like we're just gonna have dolphins, and then when they were talking about the course that the lifeguard trainees were gonna have to run.
Yeah, it blended into this kind of visual, right? Mm-hmm. Without being grounded and real.
Yeah, exactly.
And it didn't deal with lifeguarding at all.
Yeah.
At all. So, all right, problem 2. Mitch Buchanan is flat. He is flat as a character and stagnant and kind of silly and stupid. And Brody has no arc that he completes, really. Well, he completes an arc, but it's way too quick.
Yeah.
And not earned.
Exactly.
So Mitch is presented with, he's presented as this perfect leader, right? And no meaningful flaws at all.
Yeah.
Everybody loves him. He knows everybody's name on the beach.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody. Oh, hey, Mrs. Johnson. I mean, like, literally.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, working on us. Oh, good to see you,
and literally
buddy.
everybody he passes,
Hey,
they're like,
Mitch.
He saved my sister.
I'm going to build you a sandcastle every
He
morning.
saved my nephew.
Right.
He saved everybody's loved one,
Right.
apparently.
He's always right, always competent, right? And completely unchanged throughout the whole movie. He's the Rock at the beginning, and he's the Rock at the end. Nothing really changes. He's more like a symbol than a character. Mm-hmm. And he's this living legend, but not a whole lot of fun. But Brody, he screws up, and he's just this, I'm this cocky Olympic swimmer dude. And, he keeps screwing up, and then he's like, give me a new chance. Give me another chance. I've changed. And they're like, okay. And then he's changed. And that's his arc.
And then he's changed. And then he's all better.
It doesn't work.
He's part of the team.
I think you give Mitch this kind of obsession that like he's built this thing, you know, and he's the only one that can control and be in charge of it. He's the only one that can manage it.
Yeah.
And that at the end has to change. It has to be something that he learns and grows from.
Right.
Because he doesn't trust people, anybody beyond his team anyway. It's something that could be a flawed, you know, piece of his life.
Right.
Right.
Just this unwillingness to give others any kind of control.
Right. And then the arc becomes about learning how to delegate and give the next generation a step and making new leaders that, you know, they have to do.
Yeah.
I think that's part of his arc, right?
Yeah.
And then for Brody, right? Oh, I was going to say also, you could give him a flashback of even why he became a lifeguard in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be really cool. Like that he has to do that. Maybe he did lose somebody and he's like, I'm not going to let that happen again.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
That's why he takes it so seriously.
Right. And then for Brody, you got to give him a moment of real change and even real loss. You know, maybe that he saved somebody, but maybe they're not dead, but like, you know, they're hurt because he didn't do things correctly. Not, you know, not just these dead people. And he's like, oh, everything.
He has actual real consequences for not taking it seriously.
Yeah. And I think that's got to go, you know, that's got to play deeper into his character. And so when you just kind of let him off the hook by just going, I've changed, I'm going to be serious. And you're like, okay. And he's like, now I'm part of the team. He has to have an aha moment of why he wants to be part of this team.
Yeah.
And why he has to fight for it.
Right.
There you go. Number 3, they're supposed to train, you know, these trainees come in.
Yeah.
And his trainee is part of who they are.
Right.
They're trainees.
Yeah.
And you don't really see them traineeing.
Mm-hmm.
You just see, you know, especially with beach stuff.
Yeah.
You know, even their tryout, they did one lap around the stuff, and then they came back, and he goes, "Oh no, you got to go through the obstacle course."
Well, even and they even made fun of that. Like that was a whole joke. The way they set it up, like this is going to be the hardest, toughest thing you've ever had to go through, and then they just kind of swam around a buoy.
Yeah. And then they had to jump over a wall and a rope and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you're auditioning to be part of this elite squad with basically one thing of swimming.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Not saving anybody. Not doing CPR.
They haven't been trained yet.
Yeah, but like, it doesn't make sense.
No.
They jump over walls and then Zac Efron's jumping on, you know, Ninja Warrior.
Then he jumps on an obstacle
course.
Yeah.
And then they flip tires.
And then they do a little CrossFit.
Yeah.
I think
there's once they become trainees though, and then they do punching challenge things.
You
moments.
see a little, like a very small glimpse of like them kind of training the new people.
Well, they have these rule books. And I'm like, that's their training? These rule books.
Yeah, textbooks. You know, that they have to study.
That they have to study. And if they study them, they'll be better lifeguard. That's true, sure. But you're not doing anything with this. You're literally, there was one moment where the guy was doing a CPR thing. And she's like, you're going to kill somebody. Let me show you how. And then they ended up just slapping the dummy in the sand a bunch.
Yeah.
What are we doing? So, for a fix, you know what I'm going to say? Mm-hmm. You want to say it with me?
No.
Because you're not sure if you... Okay. All right. They do the competition, and that's fine. And then when they train, we do a training montage.
Okay, I did say it with you.
All right. Yes, they do a training montage. And you tie it to, like, things to be a lifeguard.
Like jet skis and...
Jumping on the jet ski and whipping around things and like, all right, when you do this is what you got to do. And, you know, you splash this to get this and you whip it around like this. And
maybe there's a skill that one of them struggles with. And then you come back to it later in the movie.
Where they've learned how to do it.
They've learned, like, they're the only ones that can do it. And then they do it correctly. And
I mean, I know we're not making a film about, like, how to be the correct lifeguard. That's not what I'm saying to do. We're not making. I get that. However, you basically, what happened is they're doing this training thing, and then they're like, "Oh, come on, there's a boat on fire."
Right.
And they're like, "You didn't do that right. You didn't even go over any of this."
Right.
How am I supposed to? Anyway.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And then they were like, "You disobeyed an order and put people's lives at risk," and it's just silly. It's just like, well, you didn't even show us what to do. It's not the military. You didn't train us like the military.
If it's supposed to be this elite force, I get it.
You gotta show us
them how to do it. So
yeah.
Act 2. The crime plot is kind of absurd, really, to me. There's a drug empire running through the beach here.
Yeah.
At Baywatch Beach, and it's just this weird, like, again, why is it here? Why does it exist like that? Because it's not just like this, small drug runner guy that's doing this thing. It's massive.
Yeah.
Right? So for a fix, I think you shrink the crime to sharpen it, okay? Victoria leads, okay? She's running this, basically a huge cartel, because she's going to take over the entire beach and use it as a hub,
for her empire.
For her empire.
Whatever.
And, but she's instead going to launder drugs through the tourism thing, and she's going to be making her name. She's starting to come up, right?
Yeah.
Right? And that's the thing. But she's doing these private events and all these things. But you make it local. Make the stakes local and personal and grounded. But you can keep the high tension. That's fine. But
having the drugs be a stepping stone for her to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
It didn't really. I don't know.
She already has the entire city under her thumb.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense, and it really wasn't needed.
And not everything has to be on a global scale for us to like it,
right?
Writers,
or for her to be a villain, even it would have been fine just to have her to be a local drug lord who has some power, a little bit of power, because she's got money.
Maybe this big stuff is coming through her.
Yeah.
This, not that she's, it's just, it's silly to me to make her this powerhouse, and then
they kept talking about the city council members, which I just found that to be really silly. Yeah. I mean, the city council. That's
power broker.
Those are the people that you gotta sway. The city council.
Yep.
Okay. All right,
guys, I'm ready to run this drug racket. I've got all the meter maids. Shut up. yeah, I got them.
I've got the PTA board. We're ready to go.
I got 7 local HOAs on my side.
Yeah, that's
ready to go.
You see what I'm
saying? Shut up.
I mean, if you're a city councilor, great. You do amazing work.
We've apologized to so many people in this episode. If you
I know that
construction worker,
I know that you do have some sway. You have sway in your communities. I understand that. It's just what I'm saying is for this villain to be like, I've got to sway the city councilors.
I'm gonna give him a $1 million watch. And
yeah, it wah.
Yeah. Number 6, the humor is just over reliant on the crude shock stuff. It's kind of funny because you finished watching this movie and you were like, I don't think I ever want to curse again.
Not that I curse anyway, right?
Oh, you are the foulest mouth.
Stop it.
Yeah, no, just
I
like
do not.
It's like you. It's kind of like I've filled up with all the curse words. I don't need to hear any more for the next month.
I don't need to hear any more.
It's full.
This kind of movie may have done okay if Will Ferrell was the lead of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was, then I would have expected the crude sort of, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. Part of it was that it was The Rock and Zac Efron.
Well,
and
part
it just
of
felt
the deal is
off. It
there's
just
supposed to
felt
be
so-
these. There's supposed to be these people, also that you trust, and you're saving me, and blah blah blah. But they're also like super dirty, and super crude, and you're
Yeah.
like, I don't want you as my hero.
Yeah.
You know,
It kind of.
it undercut it.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It just felt really,
So-
really, really weird.
It became, how about this? Exhausting and repetitive.
Yes. That's a good word for it.
That was 2 words, even.
Those are good words for it.
There you go. For a fix, we shift the comedy to character-based escalation of moments and let the moments define the comedy. Instead of it being just jokes about, body parts all the time. Okay? Comedy that comes from who they are lasts longer than jokes about anatomy.
Yes.
Okay? The idea that you just don't tell jokes, you have something interesting the character does and finds himself in a strange situation that they have to react to, is just going to be a funnier movie.
Again, unless that's the movie you're making, and then if it is, then just
That the
be
whole time.
that movie. But it couldn't decide.
Yeah. Next, the female characters are super, well, they're just underused and they're, undercooked here the whole time.
Yeah.
You've got...
They're just eye candy, basically.
They are. You've got these people that are supposed to be really good and powerful and smart and capable.
Yeah.
They're not idiots.
No.
But none of them seem like they're like there for a reason that's going to add to the plot. Not really.
Not really. No.
For a fix, I think you give them all agency and you give them a place to like land in this, that they all do something specific. And when they do those specific things, in the end, we can solve this murder.
Right.
And the drugs and the whatever.
It's important that they're part of it.
Yes, they're triage or surveillance or something. Boat skills, whatever it is that's going to give them, hey, you get this and you do this and you do this, and they're all part of the solving, not just like, hey, look at me, I'm pretty, and I run in slow motion and it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Boo. They don't just help, they help here and there. They solve.
They help. And,
I
mean, at the end, they had a couple of the girls knock some guys out, but it almost felt...
Too late. Yep. Too little,
Again,
too late.
It felt silly.
Yep.
Because they haven't done anything up to this point, and then all of a sudden they're knocking guys out with one punch.
Yeah, yeah.
These petite,
big burly men.
Yeah, these petite little things just knocking out henchmen.
Yeah. Act 3. The climax was fun, but ultimately at the end of it was pretty weightless. There's these cool explosions at the end of the story. And it was cool. I actually kind of liked them fighting on that. It looked really cool.
The fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, slow motion and stupid jokes kind of dominated it at the end of the whole, Act 3. And there wasn't any payoff, nothing meaningful. Just, oh, we got the bad guy. Boopy-doo. So I think you tie the end to Mitch's art. He's the one that he wouldn't let things go.
Right. He was.
So you link it back.
Yeah, he was control hungry.
He's had to step into a certain thing that he's going to do. And they're like, well, you can't do this and this and this. And he's like, all right, we need to be the team that I've been saying we need to be. And really mean it.
Yeah.
Because you have that moment, you're like, you say we're a team, but you don't allow us to make...
Yeah.
You don't allow us to make the mistakes we need to make. You don't allow us to try. Let us show you what you trained us to do.
Yes.
I love it. He's like, yes, you could do this.
Right. And he's able to let go and release.
And the victory happens whenever he stops trying to control and be the sole hero. Right?
Yeah.
He's you could say that for his team, he's like their rock.
You could say that.
Sorry. I'm sorry. That's too far. Is it too far?
No.
Okay. Trying to get another rock joke out there. All right. Lastly, at the very end of the Act 3, it completely undercuts its own success again.
Mm-hmm.
It ends with more jokes and how silly Baywatch is. And they undo all the progress that they make of being interesting and powerful. They,
Yep.
you know, they're just running on the beach and they fall over and they're like, oh, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So, okay, so I think for the end, it ends with a confident, respected, expanded team that is formally recognized, right? As, you know, in our version, they are, you know, they do have agency, but like everybody's going like, that's why, you know, this is why you are doing this. And we're going to expand Baywatch to other beaches.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, even like he can make each of them like, you're going to take your own station at these beaches and you're going to do this now.
Yeah.
And it's yours.
Yeah. I think that would be great.
And he sends them out to be more of this ongoing community because they know how to do it the right way.
Yeah.
And it's the last moment's coming from pride, not a silly joke and not embarrassment of who they are as, you know, silly, wiggly characters from a TV show.
Yes.
So.
And again, I think there are a lot of silly movies out there that we love and that actually have a lot of heart to them.
Totally.
I mean, Eurovision is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
It's silly.
It's very silly.
The characters are silly.
However,
but they're not grounded. You know, they're not really.
I'll say that the characters are grounded in what they believe.
The characters are grounded in what they believe. They're not making fun of themselves.
Yeah, they're trying to live what they believe is true.
They're living honestly in the world that has been created for them.
And when directors don't let the characters do that, when characters don't act that, it doesn't work. It just doesn't tend to work at all.
Yeah, and so I think, you know, it can be successfully done. I'm not saying that silly movies can't have heart and can't, you know, move the audience. But I don't know. There was just, I think the way that you fixed it could have been that kind of a movie.
It could have been.
It could have been either that kind of a movie, like if they wanted to go silly, or it could have been a Fall Guy kind of movie if they wanted to go more of a, you know, grounded, real people and let the humor live within the characters, not within the silly jokes.
Right. They needed a cohesive script that didn't look like two.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They picked the tone, they nailed down the characters and let those characters be in the circumstances that are really funny. Let them react that way, and then you got a cool movie.
Yeah. Agreed.
So those are my fixes for Baywatch. There you go. Hopefully you guys had a good time.
Yeah.
And enjoyed that with us. We like to do comedies as well, but a lot of times comedies are they're tougher because comedies kind of, you know, almost like in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So,
yeah.
But this one definitely needed to be fixed. This is not the best outing for The Rock. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It was disappointing for sure.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Hopefully you had a good time. If you listen to these again, guys, leave some reviews. Tell us what you think. Interact. Say hi. Tell us what you're thinking, because we want to hear from you.
Yeah,
you know?
Definitely.
We want to hear what you guys are thinking. So that's all we got for you guys, and we'll see you next time.